Today we are going to look at converting time measurements and finding elapsed time. Before we do that, I'd like for us to do just a little bit of review of a clock. Okay, so here, these numbers here represent hours. Okay, how many minutes are in an hour? There are 60 minutes in an hour. How many minutes are in, how many seconds are in a minute? Well, there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. How do we show an hour on the clock? Well, I just showed you, we look at these numbers here, okay? And it's the shorthand. How do we show minutes on the clock? Well, we have a long hand, and it ticks and it ticks, and it counts by 5. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60 minutes. And then we're on to the next hour. Seconds are shown on a clock by typically like a red hand, and it moves very quickly around. It goes around this whole thing in a minute. So now that we've reviewed that a little bit, let's go ahead and work on some conversions. Stephanie has half an hour to get ready. How many minutes does she have to get ready? Well, in order for me to figure out how much a half hour is in minutes, I'm going to write down what I already know. Hours on the left, minutes on the right, and I know 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So using my conversion factor, just like we did last time, what am I going to multiply by to get from the number 1 to 60? Well, I can multiply 1 times 60 to get 60. The cool thing about this, again, is any time I go from hours to minutes, I get to multiply by 60. 1/2 times 60, we multiply straight across. If you want, you can cross cancel or you can simplify at the end. We get 60 halves, also known as 30. Some of you knew that already. Half an hour equals 30 minutes. Well, just some review on our clock. Some of us can look at a clock and sometimes people say 1/2 past, which means we're 1/2 past the hour, and we have our minute hand on the 6. It's 1/2 past the hour, meaning it's a half of an hour, so it's the 30-minute mark. Sometimes you'll hear words like, or phrases like, 1/4 past, and 1/4 past, that minute hand would be on the 3, which means it's 15 minutes, and 15 minutes is a 1/4 of an hour. Next one that is pretty popular is 1/4 to. Well, 1/4 to, normally you're talking about the time that it's almost. So let's say it was 4:45. The minute hand would be here, 4:45. It would be 1/4 to 5 because it's 15 minutes before 5 o'clock. Just some common phrases for you. 1/4 to, we're using our 4th. 1/2 past, we're using our 1/2. Let's look at problem 2. Deanne buys a digital clock. She checks the time in the morning and in the afternoon. The times are shown below. How much time has passed? So I see AM 8:56, and this says, I believe it says PM 3:20. So there are probably many different ways that you could do this, but the one that I use the most often, sometimes I even count on my fingers, is I mark the hours between. So I see I started at 8:56, and then I count to 9:56. 8:56, 9:56. When I get to 9:56, I get to count 1 hour. 10:56. This is again another hour. 8:56, 9:56, 10:56. Now I'm at 2 hours. From 10:56 we go to 11:56. 11:56, which is 1 hour. 11:56, 12:56, which gives me 1 hour. 8:56, 9:56, 10:56, 11:56, 12:56. So now I'm at a total of 4 hours that have passed elapsed time. Okay. After 12, we start back on our clock at 1. So now I'm at 1:56. Here's another hour. 2:56. Here's another hour. Can I now go to 3:56? Why not? Because 3:56 is past our time. So I'm going to stop here for my whole hours. 8:56, 9:56, 10:56, 11:56, 12:56, 1:56, 2:56. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. And I'm going to count from 12:56 to 3:20. Now, there are many different ways that you can do this. One is to make a list. 56, 57, that's a minute. 58, 59, I know 60 would be me at 3 o'clock. 3:01, 3:02, 3:03, 3:04, 3:05, 3:06, 3:07, 3:08, 3:09, 3:10, 3:11, 3:12, 3:13, 3:14, 3:15, 3:16, 3:17, 3:18, 3:19, 3:20. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 minutes. 24 minutes. So the question was, the times are shown, how much time has passed? 6 hours and 24 minutes have passed. Now, some of you maybe looked at this problem and said, okay, well, to get from 3 o'clock to 3:20, there's 20 minutes. 3 o'clock to 3:20, that's 20 minutes. Okay? And to get from where we ended here at 2:56 to 3 o'clock, well, that's 4 minutes. And some of you saw that if I put these together, that's a total of 24 minutes, not including the hours. Is it okay that we do it that way? Absolutely. That is a great way to do it. You have to use the method that is right for you. Let's move on to problem 3. What time is on clock A? what time is on clock A. So here, this time, the green here, you probably don't have that in your notes, but the green is the hour hand, the red is the minute hand. So what time is on clock A? I see it's past the 8, so I know it's going to be the 8 o'clock hour. And I see that each of these marks, hopefully we remember, represents a minute. So it's not quite at the 15, 5, 10, 15, but it is at the 14. 14. We're going to go ahead and label this the morning. This part was in our notes in class and not on your notes here. And this is the afternoon. And so we're going to write AM here to show that it's the morning time. What time is on clock B? Again, the shorthand is going to be our hour, so I'm past the 12. Between the 12 and the 1, so the 12. And I look at my minute hand, and it's exactly on that 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 12:25 in the afternoon, so that means it's PM. 12:25 PM. How much time has elapsed or passed between clock A and clock B? Again, you can use whatever method you want. Here's one way to do it. 8:14, 9:14, 10:14, 11:14, 12:14. I don't want to go past 12:25, and then so I have my 4 hours, and then I figure out my minutes. Well, to get from 14 to 25, that looks to be about 11 minutes. Let's prove it though. 8:14, 9:14, 1 hour. 10:14, that's an hour. 11:14, that's an hour. 12:14, that's an hour. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 hours. And then I'm going to go from 14 to 25. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 11 minutes. Okay, don't forget, on this, if you're doing a conversion, you write what you know to figure out what you don't, or to figure out past or elapsed time. We count the number of hours first between, and then we count the number of minutes when we can't go any further with whole hours. If you'd like to watch the problem set, go ahead and stick around. A passenger misses the first flight one morning. The ticket agent tells the passenger when the next flight will leave. Both departure times are shown below. How long is the time between flights? 9:15 a.m., 2:01 p.m. Well, I'm going to show my work. 9:15, 10:15, 11:15, 12:15, 1:15. And if I go to 2:15, I'll be too far. So this is 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So I'm going to write 4 hours. And from 1:15 to 2:01, some of you know that from 1:15 to 2 o'clock, that's 45 minutes. And then we have 1 more minute, so we have 46 minutes. If you need to write 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and so on, that's fine, but you do not need to do that here. Tanya takes a quarter of a day to drive to Lake Tahoe. How many hours does it take her to drive to Lake Tahoe? A quarter of the day. Well, a quarter is a fourth of the day. Hopefully we know How long is a day? Well, one day is 24 hours. A fourth of 24, divide by 4 is 6 hours. It takes her 6 hours to drive to Lake Tahoe. Let's continue on these 3 problems here. What time is on clock A? It looks to be past the 5. On the 9, so that's 45. Here we're at after the 10. And we're 1 minute past the 7, so the 7 is 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36. And we want to know how much time's elapsed. So 5:45, 6:45, 7:45, 8:45, 9:45. Can I go to 10:45? No. So we have 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. 9:45. I'm going to use this method, 9:45 to 10 gives me 15 minutes. 10 to 10:36 gives me 36 minutes. So together, I have 51 minutes. Second to last problem here. What time is on clock A? It's past the 4. On the 5, so that's 25. Past the 6. On the 6, so that's 30. 4:25 to 5:25 to 6:25. Oh, so I have 1 hour, 2 hours, 2 hours, and from 6:25 to 6:30, there are 5 minutes. And 5 minutes. Last one here. Oh, see, now this is where sometimes people get confused. Look at how close that minute hand is to the 4. Is it before it? Is it after it? When looking at the minutes tells me it's pretty close to changing to the next hour. So that means it's the 3 o'clock hour, and it's about to change to the 4 o'clock. It's on the 11, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And then in 5 more minutes, it will change to 4 o'clock. Time on clock B. We have 5, the 5 o'clock hour, past the 1, so it's 6:07:5:07. The elapsed time, we have 3:55, 4:55, and that's it, 1 hour. And to get from 4:55 to 5, here we have 5 minutes. From 5 to 5:07, we have 7 minutes. So together we have 12 minutes. Hope that was helpful for you today.